Good morning to one and all. Today we will discuss about this highway alignment. Normally, this highway alignment is a topic in a second chapter. We have to discuss with elaborated manner with a huge amount of examples. That means in this particular PPT there is so many examples. That means all those are related to pictorial, so that you will get a better knowledge by observing this PPT, which is related to this highway alignment. Once you have to recall those topics which are in the second chapter with the help of all these images, so that in the first image itself we are having a different lines, so that all those two are single line roads. That means a single line roads with two-way roads. Normally single line means we have to move in one direction only, but in case of here there is a two carriageways, one for coming vehicles and one for going vehicles, so that we are having a meridian with the help of yellow color light on first one, and in the second diagram we are having a meridian with two white color lights, so that these two roads are entirely different in nature. In the first road we have to move in any direction. There is no restriction to movement of our vehicle from one lane to another lane. But in case of the second road we are having a strict restriction. That means why? Because here we are having these two coatings of white line with a small gap, so that it is having an importance, so that there is no crossing of vehicles from one lane to another lane. That is the lines that are telling. Why? Because those two lines are indicated in very important places where there is a huge restriction to move vehicles from one lane to another lane. Why? Because these kind of roads are mainly constructed in hilly areas. That means in hilly areas normally we are having a too much of alignment, so that the vehicles has to move in a single line with a huge speed, so that in the particular huge speed there is a movement, means automatically the accident should be having a too much of vulnerability. So that to decrease those kind of vulnerabilities, he will have to follow these rules. That means you have to use these two lined low particular painting to control the accidents. So that the two line pavement, the two line simply this painting will tell us to don't move from one lane to another lane. Simply we have to move in one direction only in one line. So that we need to understand those kind of drawings and images whenever we are traveling in a particular roads, so that when we need to have some kind of this traffic knowledge whenever we are traveling on a road. Otherwise we have to face a large kind of accidents or traffic jams without knowing all those, and we need to educate. This is the one kind of figure normally in previous classes second chapter itself. In the second chapter itself I will tell this horizontal inclination, super elevation or can, that means super elevation mainly. We are having camber. Normally camber is in the shape of likely, camber is in the shape of this diagram. This is the cross section of a particular road with a camber having certain height h or any other. But in case of this road, here we are having three directions: x direction, y direction and z direction. Okay, there is some amount of inclination, with respect to z direction is constant to the ground level, y direction with respect to higher angles. That means higher y direction with respect to vertical plane. But in case of this horizontal plane we are having some amount of inclination with respect to x direction. The highway, I will tell what are the points in this particular diagram. Highway alignment in three dimension, reproduced by Permanofel computer plotting of highway perception, published Bachelor of Physics in the University of second and with respect to Canada. That means the total studies was done by a person for his PhD thesis, so that the PhD program was at Canada. In his PhD program, simply he explains about the road, that means in which type the roads were allocated on a particular surface, so that what is the angle of inclination with respect to ground level, what is where the road have to incline in a proper manner, where he has to incline with a huge level. So that in the particular diagram here we are having a normal inclination at this particular level. In this level there is a normal inclination, but here we are having a most amount of inclination. Why? Because maximum amount of slope elevation. After that we are simply decreasing. Okay, in this particular point, that means here to here we are having more amount of slope inclination. Normally these kinds of roads are mainly used in the purpose of laying a tracks for these bikes and other we are having motor races. That means cars and other bikes are used for racing purpose, so that these race tracks are designed according to their velocity of moving vehicles. Normally in the race tracks the vehicles are moving with respect to 200 kilometers and sometimes 250 also for bikes and cars, so that those tracks are designed according to the vehicular speed only. They didn't having any perspectives, only they designed for vehicular speed, so that the inclination of super elevation is looking like us. Normally in daily moving roads, also in village roads or national highway in village roads or national highways we won't observe this kind of super elevation. Why? Because those are designed for the vehicular velocity of normally maximum of 120 kmph in expressways, 100 kmph in national highways, so that the angle of inclination will be so small. But in case of these tracks there may be some huge amount of vehicular speed, so that the slope elevation angle also increases. This is the major difference between normal roads and these race tracks. In this example we have to observe so many kinds. Why? Because these two are the top views and front views of a particular road having a vertical alignment, that is not vertical, horizontal alignment. That means horizontal means with respect to one direction, vertical means with respect to y axis, horizontal means with respect to x axis. Okay, here we are having a particular road with different sections. That means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Mostly here we are observing 10 sections of a particular road with lines. Okay, but the road is aligned with respect to x direction and z direction. That means there is no y direction in the first plane. That means first diagram I will show. This is the total road. Okay, the top first one is the horizontal view, second one is the vertical alignment. Okay, that means horizontal view we are having only x and z only. There is no y axis in horizontal alignment. But in case of this figure, second figure, we are having only y direction. That means there is some amount of inclination with respect to y only. Okay, so that in the trigonometry part we are having these three axes. X direction means with respect to horizontal level, y direction means with respect to vertical level, so that the road should be inclined with respect to vertical level. It will be seems like a curve. But in case of first road, the total road will be in horizontal position only. There is no any vertical durations. Why? Because we are observing from the top part of the road. That means it is a top view. These top views and side views we are discussed in engineering drawing. And in the second semester itself we are having this building planning and drawing. In this building planning and drawing also you have to observe this kind of perspective views for designing a building plan for a normal structures. It means a two-bedroom flat room or any other normal house, residential house, you have to design a building plan. Simply he will give a building plan, you have to draw what is the top view, what is the side view, what is the front view, three views of a particular plan. Okay, it is a simple plan for a normal road which is having this horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. Okay, this horizontal alignment means normally the road will change its direction with respect to another road, so that there is some circular curve like we are having. This is the normally a road we are having, a road here we are having a road, so that these two roads are connecting with the help of this arc like structure. So this we are having a horizontal alignment. After that we are having vertical alignment means with respect to this field. This is a normal line, so that the alignment of the road changes from top point to this point varies. Why? Because there is a improper manner on a particular earth surface, so that the road is designed like that. This is the normal previously observed road. Okay, this is the particular points we are having these segments. Okay, totally 10 segments we are having. In this particular 10 segments, up to this mark we are having a straight line. Okay, and after this we are having a straight line, so that those two lines are merged with an angle of particular amount. That means here we are having an angle of 80 degrees, and here we have to use a particular quantity of raising of road due to this curve like surface. Those raisings we are called it as a elevations and cambers. Normally camber is provided to drain off the water from a road surface. Elevation is provided to reduce the these centrifugal forces acting on a body, so that we need to have to remember. And here we are having f, that means f equal to e equal to elevation 0.08, and normally f value equal to 0.15, f equal to friction, e equal to elevation. Here 0.08 means simply 8%. Okay, 8% of inclination with respect to those two curves. The total length of the curve is 18 feet. Okay, after that in the bottom part we are having this vertical alignment. This is the horizontal alignment top portion. In the below portion we are having this vertical alignment. In this vertical alignment also there are merging of two roads, and they are simply showing by dotted lines. If they merge with respect to straight portion, what the lines look like. By using this curve, what the line look like. Those two we are having. PVT and PV equal to station 14.00, PVT equal to station 18 plus 80. That means normal points Z1 and Z2 are the grades at particular locations. 2%, 4%, minus 2.40%, 4% here we are having. After that we are merging those two lines with this normal precession curves. After that we are having the total PV1 equal to 16 plus 40 here. There we are changing to 14 plus 0 and 18 plus 80. Why? Because of these are the particular road levels. That means in surveying we will observe all those things, elevations and levels of a particular earth surface by using these leveling equipments, so that those leveling equipment also will useful for here to observe what is the particular land position with respect to normal ground level. Is there any increment or decrement of ground surface from benchmarks? All those things we need to observe to design a particular quantity of road work. Next we have to discuss about these contour lines and existing ground elevations. Contour lines means normally here we are observing these two are the dotted lines are the normally called as a contour lines. After that we are having existing ground elevation. That means previously I explained that we are using these leveling equipments. Why? Because those leveling equipments will tell us at different portions of our area what is the ground surface. Is there any increments or decrements? Why? Because if the increments and decrements we need to do a smooth surface. That means if there is increment and decrements, automatically we have to smooth all of those in our particular area where we have to lay a road, so that the road will have a smooth structure and there will be no irregularity. That means I will show. If the road surface we are normally observing in the field as a straight portion, but in case of irregulars we have to is the particular irregulation, so that all the irregular portion, that means we are scratching those portion we have to use and Simply we need to give a smooth structure, so that those smooth structure and structure will be given by observing these existing ground elevations. What is the ground elevation at a particular 1 meter width? After 2 meters, what is the ground elevation? This is the particular long span of your road, so that x and here y. For each 1 meter we need to do these ground elevations. At first meter, what is the elevation? And second meter, what is the elevation? Third meter, what is the elevation? Fourth meter, what is the elevation? We need to note all those points and we have to represent in a paper. So these are the elevations. Is there any irregular elevations or regular elevations? If the regulations are very nearer to 1 to 1, so that we won't have to do for normal high level groundwork. If the elevations are too high with respect to one to another, means automatically we have to do for this groundworks by earthening equipment, so that these earthening equipments will remove the top surface and they will smooth it by using these rollers and others. What is the horizontal alignment? Normally this horizontal alignment will looks like this diagram. We are having a hilly surface. In that particular hilly surface we are having a road. Once you observe in the road itself, in the central part of a road, we are having a line with yellow colors. That means there is no movement of vehicles from one lane to another lane. We have to observe in particularly hilly areas. Why? Because there may be a huge quantity of small quantity of vehicles are flowing with huge speed, because of there may be a huge amount of slopes are maintained particularly in hilly areas, so that this yellow color line is represents, so that we won't have to move from one lane to another lane. This is the main meaning of that particular line, horizontal alignment. Up to here, up to this point, we are having a particular quantity of road work. After that, the road changes its direction to another level, so that it is a horizontal alignment. Normally those are on earth's surface, simply they changing their direction of movement, so that it is comes under horizontal alignment. Next one, what is the vertical alignment? Vertical alignment means, already previously I told that the road changes with respect to y direction. Okay, this is the total x-axis, so that x-axis there is no change of the road, so that here we are having an increment of road surface with respect to normal ground level, so that it comes under vertical alignment. With respect to y means y x-axis, with respect to we are having horizontal alignment. With respect to y axis we are having this vertical alignment, so that the road will goes up direction, so that it is called as a vertical alignment. After that we are having a decrement of road, so that it will leads to slow down a particular vehicle. Why? Because this kind of increment and decrement of road sides automatically leads to slow downing of our vehicular speed, so that our journey will take much amount of time while we take while we prefer this kind of roadways in our journey purpose, so that we have to choose our journey in a proper ways, so that there will be no obstructions and no time delays. This is the better example for understanding a vertical alignment in, with respect to these roads. Simply the road is increasing in y direction, road surface. These are the different combinations. That means first one we are having a bad combinations of horizontals and vertical curvature. That means both are in a single road. That means in those particular areas we have to move in a careful manner, otherwise a sudden curves are there. That means sudden curves means automatically there may be sudden coming vehicles and sudden going vehicles. We want to have our sight distance with respect to another direction. Why? Because there may be huge quantity of hills and other obstructions in the form of trees, so that those will obstruct our vision with respect to another direction, so that there may be a chance of occurring accidents when we are traveling in those two kinds of combinations of roads, both horizontal and vertical curvatures. In the first figures, here we are having totally four figures, A, B, C, D, they are named as. First, in the A curve, in the A figure, we are having a sag curve immediately preceding a horizontal curve. That means sagging and hogging. Sagging means మనకి expand అవడం, hogging means decrement అవడం size. So that here we are using this gradient and straight with respect to blue and red symbols and alignment of the road, so that this direct gives the alignment, why, how the alignment looks like. In the first figure, the road is straight up to some content. After that, there may be a sudden curve like structure, that is a sag curve immediately preceding a horizontal curve. In the second direction also similarly we are having a sag curve is at the beginning of the horizontal curve. But in case of this B and D, we are having a different road with respect to horizontal and vertical. That means here up to some content we are having a small quantity of this straight road. After that we are having a horizontal and vertical with respect to small quantities. Okay, but in case of D diagram, we are having these horizontal and vertical alignments with respect to a road in large quantities. That means starting one portion we are having a small quantity of road with a straight pattern. After that we are having a up down of road with a small content. After that likely a small quantities of up and downs, up and downs. Those are called as the changes of these horizontal alignments and vertical alignments with respect to their curvatures. These four are the better examples for understanding these combinations of horizontal roads and horizontal alignments and vertical alignments in a single roads. This is the better example. This example having these patterns, how the road will be like a simply up and down, up and down, up and down. In those conditions also the vehicle has to face some amount of crashes. That means the front part and back part of a vehicle has to touch with the road surface, and the scratches will comes while the vehicles are moving. Why? Because the vehicle is in simply whenever we are having a here vehicle, automatically we have to go up. In that particular cases the vehicle has a single direction, so that the back portion has to face some amount of these scratches with respect to this road surface. This is the major disadvantage, so that our vehicle has to bear some kind of frictions and scratches. Sometimes these tires also having much stress. Why? Because they are having a huge quantity of stress in front wheels and back wheels. The total weight will be focused on a single points when they are moving in this particular alignments. Why? Because there is a up and down in the upper portion. That means while the vehicle is simply climbing, that means automatically the total weight will be on back wheels, so that the back wheels have to face a huge amount of load. While the vehicle is simply downing, the total weight will be on front wheels, so that in climbing conditions and downing conditions the vehicle having different forces on different tires, front wheels and back wheels, so that those also a little bit of disturbance in their stresses. Those also leads to sometimes a failure. That means simply a puncture or any other blastings like tire blastings, so that we have to face this kind of problems while we are traveling on these kind of surfaces. We have to take a preventives, means another kind of tires and sometimes puncturing equipments and all those we need to take along with us. Okay, this is the another example. This is the another example. Okay, in this also we are having a dotted line. White dotted line means simply there may be change of line. In the after that we are having a particular structure with yellow mark and yellow mark, so that is a meridian line for two ways. That means meridian line means medium, the line which is in the particular medium of a road section. Those lines are called meridian lines. This is also complete vertical alignment with respect to a small horizontal curvature. This road also tells us. Why? Because those roads are constructed in hilly areas. The surrounding atmosphere will tells us. It means totally greenery and some amount of fog also occurring. That means fog also there, so that those total areas belongs to these hilly kinds. That means alignments and terrains are completely different, so that we have to construct according to the terrain available and alignment they have. We won't have to change. Why? Because the total surface is hard rock strata. When we go to change those rock strata, means automatically there will be a huge amount of burden with respect to money and equipments we have to borrow from other fields, so that they will simply construct as they have with these alignments. After that, a good combination of horizontal and vertical curve. The ends of the vertical curve are coincide with the corresponding ends of the horizontal curve. That means here a normal road is there, so that the normal road end is coincide. It means coincides means automatically there may be a merging of two roads. Coincides with respect to a horizontal curve, means horizontal curve is adding to the particular normal road, so that this kind of a combination, horizontal and vertical curve. Okay, this is the example for meeting a road with horizontal curve. Normal road we are having, after that we are having a small S portion. In this area we are having S portion. Okay, this is the horizontal curve with respect to vertical alignment. So that in this particular road also we are having different speed. This is not related to our Indian terrain. It is completely foreign terrain. They are directly giving the vehicular speeds. It means 80 kilometers and 60 kilometers. Okay, minimum and maximum. So the language is completely different. Maximum. In our Indian purpose, we are using X, MAXI, MUM. But in foreign countries, they are differently uh, changing their words. MAKSIMU, maximum and minimum 80 kilometers, 60 kilometers, so that the vehicles has to move according to the that speeds. Minimum speed they have to maintain and maximum speed won't they have to cross. Here we are having a bridge. That means upside we are having another kind of roadway, in the bottom we are having another kind of roadway, so that there may be some amount of merging of roads one to another. This is the normally plans how they look like in a particular cross section. Here we are having both horizontal alignments and vertical alignments. In the top view we will observe only horizontal alignments. Okay, this is the top view of a particular road, so that the road, how the road will changes its particular movement, so that all the surroundings are what are the different structures they are having. The road is simply designed likely. But in case of the second figure, we are having a vertical alignment, so that the road is moving on a particular hill or any other. That means a curvy structure, so that the road having some amount of these vertical alignments. Those things also mentioned here, so that he will directly give a particular amounts of these members in this particular first. Here we are observing 0 0 21.93 feet. Likely we are having different sections, so that they are simply dividing that road into number of parts, so that each and every part how much amount of width they need to construct, how much amount of length they need to construct, and how much amount of thickness, how much amount of elevation. All those things are simply in a design. Okay, in this particular design we are having all those details of a road. In our BTech, that means a Bachelor of Technical course, we won't have to go for design. We have to understand what are the terms involved in this particular transportation engineering, how we need to have all those things. After your completion of your bachelor course, you have to do your master's degree. In this master degree, you will face these designs and other conditions. That means the total one, how the one way road is designed, how the two way road is designed, what are the parameters, what are the different techniques, and bridge engineering also is there, different courses. So in all those courses, transportation engineering and bridge engineering, we will study about this designing of roads. Means he will directly give parameters. By using those parameters, we have to design the road. This is the sheet, that means the drawing sheet, which tells the total construction details of a road. In horizontal alignment, what is the length of the road? Vertical alignment, what is the width from a proper ground level? All those things are here. Once you have to observe, I minimize the particular screen. Okay, this is also another kind of view. These figures are from foreign countries. That means the line, that means we are having a line with a small expo, that means small lines having all those details, tells that the particular meridian of a line with respect to a point where we are having SC plus 54 plus 51.50 means that is a longitude plus latitude with respect to a particular section. Here also TS plus 51 plus 51.50 plus 51.10 first portion we are having. After that SC plus 54 plus 51.10. Okay, all those details tells us distance from a particular point. So that by using those locations, we need to give some amount of markings to the road by using this meridian line. In the two sides of a road, we are having a dotted portion, that means a small dot, after that a gap, small dot, gaps. All those gives the peripheries of your road. In the middle portion, we are having a straight line with the normal hatching, that means a single hatching, that will give the main road. Okay, that is the total horizontal alignment of your road. In the below portion, we are having this vertical alignment, so that in the vertical alignment also we are having different notations and values. They are directly given on a scale. That means normally x direction we are having 50, 55, 60. That means the total with respect to ground level at 50 meters, what is the particular elevation with respect to this 50 meters, means normally we are having a 490. After that to 55 we are having an elevation of 480, and 60 likely the elevation of the road changes with respect to y axis. Here the elevation of the road changes with respect to x axis. Those both diagrams will help to the particular site engineers to locate a road quantity, that means the road parameters with respect to area. Area means simply the length and breadth. After the length and breadth fixation is over, they will go for the rolling works and other subgrade works. After the subgrade works is finished, they will go for the top layer construction, either it is a CC road or BT road, whatever it may be. They will go for design after the rolling works and all works are over. This is the another diagram which tells horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. In this also we are having a different combinations. The road is crossings with another road. That means here we are having Y junction and T junctions. In that particular junctions, what is the points we are having, how the road is enlarged, all those things are shown. In the bottom diagram, we are having a vertical alignment. In the vertical alignment, already previous diagram we have discussed, at every 10 meters distance, what is the height of your road with respect to horizontal level. Okay, these are the heights they discussed. Okay, here also they are simply prescribed what is the entry level and what is the exit level. With the help of these arrows in road turnings also they described. Here we are having one kind of junction of a road, so that the vehicle have to move from one direction to another direction, and here we are having another junction, so that the vehicle alignment will also changes. That means road alignment with respect to vehicles. These are the cross sections. That means previously we are observed with respect to x direction and y direction. Now we have to go for z direction. That means simply the thickness of pavement. Okay, here all those things are given with respect to slopes, 1 into 1 on 2, 1 on 4 likely. That means one horizontal, two verticals. That means horizontal means every 1 meter horizontal they will have to go for 2 meters or any other vertical distance. In the middle portion we are having some amount of high portion. Those are simply these rises. Those rises are given to drawn water from the surface of the ground level. Okay, a widening of a overlay, B, reconstruction. That means in the top portion we are having a normal widening of overlay. Previously we are having a single lane road, so that if the vehicular density is more, they will go for this widening of roads, so 1 lanes to 2 lane, 2 lane to n number of lanes, depending upon the population characteristics and other site parameters. That means the site is simply going to the site is simply going to develop. That means previously the place is having huge amount of agricultural lands. After the fixation of that particular land for industries or any other development works, the total road have to enlarge for the purpose of transportation, so that first purpose they are simply widening the road. In the second portion they are simply reconstruction, means if there is any damage occurred to a particular road, so that they have to do these patching works. That means some of the portions we are having damages due to this entrainment of water or any other external or internal parameters, sometimes environmental parameters also. Due to those involvement the road will be weakened. Means weakened means the strength of the road decreases, and some parts the total overlay portion will be reduces, so that they have to go for this reconstruction works in few areas because of these strength parameters and other parameters. Here also they mentioning what is the thickness of bitumen they have to road, what is the slope elevation curves, all those things. Here methods of calculating quantities. Okay, this is the particular drawing sheet. It is a total road. It means in the side portion we are having a canal. That means the caps and canals we are having. In this particular portion is a canal. Why? Because this is a small canal, means the total water whichever is captured on a particular road surface, the water can be drawn into this particular canal and drained off. After that we are having a curb. That means curb means normally purpose of using these curbs for dividing these footpaths and normal roads. After the curb we are having a particular quantity of footpath. In that particular quantity of footpath they need to have to use for pedestrians and normal bicycles. This is the normal meridian. That means median or meridian. This median to separate two roads. Okay, Here also we are having some kind of circular symbol. It is also one canal, normal canal purpose. And their lines, all those are given here. This language is somewhat different to our normally using English. We need to observe the figures, and we have to understand we have to relate to that figures to our normal Indian roads. In our India, normally we are having these medians, and in that particular medians we are simply growing granaries. Likely here also we are having a normal meridian. After that we are having this road surface. After the road surface is over, having these normal canals and footpaths. This is the examples which are showing the pictorial representation for how the road look like, what is the vertical alignment, what is the horizontal alignment, all those.